She asked me talent or issues, and I said talent.
They yelling Black Lives Matter. How is that the truth? When these rappers pushing money, sex, and murder on our youth. Labels put it in our face, now we all got it on loop. We all streaming the songs and these rappers riding in coops. And these rappers don't know their voice. Get canceled for speaking out.
I feel like that intro makes our show even better.
So hype, man. Like it gets in my soul.
Right?
It gets in my soul. We need to make MAGA rappers like Bryson. We gotta start the oh shit. I just opened up your did you hear that? Elon Musk. Shut up, Soonie. What the fuck? Soonie. Oh my god. Go check out Soonie's latest post on Instagram.
Go do it. It's pretty funny. All right.
Yeah.
My videos have been getting a lot of views lately because they're funny. Just saying.
But anyways, so I would say we need to like tweet the hell out of whoever we need to tweet the hell out of to get President Trump to put Bryson on his like rally opener and closer. Wouldn't you guys be hype if Bryson
how many
was
young
like,
people would be there just to see that?
Exactly.
Come on, Republicans. It's time to bring some urban culture into the folds. We got you. I promise.
Stop being lame. Stop
For
being
real.
lame. And speaking of being lame, what is the big topic of tonight's show?
The big topic of tonight's show is lames. It's like, no, let me stop.
Lames.
Let me not be mean. Look, there is a certain percentage of Trump supporters, and Bryson coined the frame. You know how we got never Trumpers? Well, now we have always Trumpers. And these people are always going to defend Trump no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really understand why, because everybody makes mistakes, legit everyone. But to these people, Trump's just never wrong.
Yeah.
Never wrong.
Yeah. And we're going to point out a few examples. But before we do, Soonie and I have prepared some accessories because you know how we love to do it extra. We'd like to make we like to make this show interesting for y'all. So we have worked really hard, and you know, we're gonna do it kind of like red carpet style, where you like show your outfit or your accessory,
That's a
and
good
then
one.
I'm gonna interview you and be like, Soonie Blanks, who are you wearing tonight? Okay, so let's turn off our camera for a second, everybody.
Okay.
We gotta put our stuff on. So we're gonna turn our cameras off, and then we'll be right back. We're still here. Okay. I'm even gonna mute. I'm gonna mute mine because I don't want you guys to hear. It's that good. Okay.
Are we ready? Hold on, I can't hear you. Are we having a technical malfunction here?
Okay. Wait. Shit. Okay. So, Soonie, let's start with you.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Met Gala of Cult45.
I'm so happy to be here.
Who are you wearing today? What designer did you choose to go to for your cult wear?
Oh, I went to hashtag Soonie was right. You guys should go check her out. She makes the best tinfoil hats. And then there was like an accessory, right? Because I kind of look like, I don't know, a unicorn.
Uh-huh.
Because those don't exist either. But, you know, that was the inspiration.
Right. Okay. Well, oh shit, I forgot a fucking accessory. I hate this shit. The designer's gonna be pissed. Okay, so tonight, y'all, I'm wearing. Prada actually came out with a line of cult wear, and I'm wearing Q by Prada. You guys like it? So let me just explain the vision here. So basically, this is a Q. I think you guys all know what that stands for. This is a Q. And then if you can't see, this is a big T, which stands for Trump, because as you can see behind me, I have a whole MAGA force flag behind me. So we're representing. Okay. In my like, I'm all about the bling and like the extra. So, like, obviously, I have a lot of bling on my tinfoil hat, but this is very necessary. I got to take this off because I got to take this off. I can't breathe. But this is necessary for us to channel the energy. In fact, I also have the man himself here with me today.
Oh,
Okay.
Trump,
I,
thanks for blessing the stream.
this is my idol.
For every one new regulation, 2 old regulations must be eliminated.
Amen. Amen. So he stays. Yeah. What's up?
That's what they all do.
Oh,
We
yeah,
ha-
yeah, yeah. We got to give the we got to give the signal. If you guys are watching, we look like a Teletubby. If you guys are watching and you're part of the Q gang, put your fingers up right now.
Let's go.
Okay? Right now. If you're with us. So, yeah, I have a few things, like I have the Trump doll. I have a cross here just in case anybody bad wants to come through. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I've got the MAGA hat because you can't go wrong without.
Can't go wrong.
a MAGA
Hey,
hat.
I've got a few over here, you know? You can't
Mhm.
go wrong with the
Mhm.
Keep America Great. You
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe on your merch store, maybe we should sell a Trump supporter starter kit, and it should be like a tinfoil hat, a MAGA hat, a clown nose, right?
You know how
What do
much
you guys
money we
think?
would make?
I know.
Halloween costumes, get it while you can.
I know. So you guys, no more joking around. It's time to get serious. So, Suni and I have been talking about this because you guys we've seen some stuff. We've seen some shit go down on the internets since Trump has announced his presidency. And even before that, or his run for presidency, and even before that, he chose to have a little, he chose to take a little dig at y'all's favorite poster boy, DeSantis. And you guys didn't like that too much. And Suni and I found it quite comical. So we're going to talk a little bit about why
We
that
are.
is.
You guys
Okay.
didn't get to hear Mo's perspective. You know me.
Yeah.
I got to run my mouth. So waiting till Friday was just not an option. But what I did say was, I think it's funny that we can now criticize DeSantis
Mm-hmm.
because Trump said something, or essentially because Trump directed you to do it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, since Trump doesn't like him, now I can go not like him. But people were declaring, DeSantis 2024. Do you remember all those hashtags?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Really interesting.
Yeah. So you want to know my thoughts on
I do.
Trump's announcement speech?
Yes.
I thought it was excellent. I think you had said that it was like you messaged me while we were watching the speech and you were like, this is Trump 2016. This
Yeah.
is amazing. And I agreed. Like, his tone
Mm.
was amazing. I loved his tone. I loved what he was saying. Um, he still sounded strong, but he didn't sound like he had his tail between his legs. The Trump that we all love was
Yeah.
present on the day he announced. And I think he did good with that. Now, when I was like watching the commentary of other people afterwards, they were like, I'm so glad he didn't come out with any foolery and start attacking people and blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
And then I was just like, here we go. So I really want to ask people who are part of that group of people that are like, I was happy to see that Trump didn't say anything kind of too racy or like offend
Mhm.
anybody. He just kept it to the facts and what he's going to do. Oh, that's the other thing I want to say. The other thing I want to say is this. There is no other candidate that can get up and announce his run for presidency that can say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, right? And that I actually believe him. And I know for a fact he's going to get it done. Trump is the only one. Trump is the only one. And you want to know why? Because he already showed it to us.
Mhm.
The Great White Hope. That's right, Sean.
I agree.
He commands you. The Great White Hope commands you to attack DeSantis.
Love Shania.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. But I want to know from people, like, there's a lot of people that have been coming in my DMs and your DMs, and they're like, how can you support Trump after everything he's done? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? What are your thoughts?
People don't know what it means to be objective.
Mm-hmm.
I can criticize Trump and say, you need to earn my vote back, but still very much so support Trump. I've never disliked Trump. I've just disliked his actions. So the fact that people are having a hard time grasping how to just like someone without having to agree with everything they say or do, for me is kind of alarming because that shows signs of brainwashing. It shows signs of you
Mm-hmm.
not being able to formulate your own thought. You can't. There's no way anybody, for being honest, there's no way anybody can be mad at any of us because we're not attacking Trump. It's just simply, I don't agree with what you did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's that for me, it's that simple.
Here's what
People are brainwashed.
here's what I said to you the other day, and I'm going to bring it up to the people in the chat because I want to
Mhm.
know. Do you guys not think it's really weird that literally days before Trump announced anything, and even days before he said his little thing about DeSantis being sanctimonious, that people were like literally like, Trump all day, Trump 2024. I hope he comes back. I hope he saves us. We need Trump. He's the only one that can do it. And those influencers were the ones pushing you to do that.
Mhm.
And then, like, in a millisecond after he said what he said about Ron DeSantis, and in harmony, the media started to tell you that Trump wasn't the right pick for us in 2024. They all just changed their tune. Do you guys in the chat? Why do you
Look,
look like you're
clout chasing is a hell of a drug. Oh, that's what happened. People get addicted to that clout and they're like, which way do I go? Because I've had both
Yeah.
their balls in my mouth and I just don't. Where do I go? Oh, the media is attacking Trump? Okay, let me hop on board and do that too.
Right. And what's funny to me is, like, I've heard in recent lives that you've done that people are like, Soonie, I can't believe you're like backing Trump. And I'm like, wait a minute, y'all were mad at her when she criticized Trump. Now you're mad that she's backing him. What the heck, people? Y'all
Yeah.
are weird. Y'all are weird. Okay, listen, and this is why we named it Cult45, is because I'm going to say something that's probably going to get people to unfollow me and be mad at me for saying this. But you weird ass people that like can find no fault in Trump and we can never criticize him, and then you unfollow us when we do criticize him, and then you unfollow us when we like him again, or we say, he did this part good, or he said this thing we agree with, and you guys get all huffy puffy because you say we're being inconsistent. Y'all are weird, dude, because you're the reason why this MAGA force shit came up in Biden's speech, and he paints us to be like these crazed maniacs because of people like you. Like, you're scaring people because you could never criticize this man because you guys hold him up like a god. And that is dangerous. Like if you look back at Jonestown, at the Hale-Bopp people, those people that put on the Nikes, the purple Nikes, and then they thought they were going to go to space on a spaceship. What's his name? Charles Manson's people. Like you look back at that and they all have that same, like, all joking aside, they all have that same thing about them, that they see no wrong in their leader. Like their leader will be like, we need to go and sacrifice this person. And you're like, yes, we do. We need to go sacrifice. Come on. Y'all are crazy. You're giving us a bad name.
You. No, you are. And you know what I said? I said Trump should disassociate with Q altogether. He should play no games coming out. Nope. I don't know what Q's got going on. Thank you for your support, but I'm not buying what you're selling. I think it's that simple. Now, a lot of people are going to, I think that would really show how crazy these folks really are. That's what I think. But we'll see if he does it.
Like if he came out and disavowed Q, like people would be like,
I think that the news circuit, bro, the world would stop if Trump did that for these people.
Yeah. Like think about it for a second. Like you people that listen to X22 and you get all your fucking information from X22. Do you realize that fool is on episode 2349? and he says it at the beginning of every show. Hi, and welcome to the X22 report. This is episode 2349. I'm like, how many fucking episodes? And none of this shit's happened. Trump and the Patriots. Who the hell are they? Who are Trump and the Patriots?
Wait,
come on, y'all.
Since we're talking about the rise of Cult45, it'll only be fair if I show Mo the messages I was getting in my comment section.
Yeah. And I agree, Carly. He needs to say he was wrong about the vaccine. I agree. I think that would be an excellent start for him to address that. Will he do that? I don't think so.
Hell no. Look, I was just glad he didn't act like a vaccine salesman during his announcement. I settled. Nobody can ever say that I'm a hard person to please. He didn't mention the jab. Praise the Lord. He didn't mention the election. Praise the Lord. I was happy. I was satisfied with that.
But we still have a lot of days before voting comes up, so he can't say it. He can't talk about the vaccine or whatever. We can't.
Do you think he will?
I do.
You do? You think he will? You don't think he cannot talk about it?
If he has somebody around him that's and that's what scares me, is I worry about the people that are guiding Trump. Because even Candace has said she knows for a fact there's people around him that are probably not good people. And I think even Melania, the first lady, has said it as well, that there's people around Trump that she doesn't like. But unless he gets somebody new, which I heard a rumor that he's not hiring a campaign manager per se, he's hiring like a consultant group that's kind of outside of his team. Maybe that consultant group will go, hey, this is what the polls are saying. Your base doesn't want to hear shit about the vaccine. Drop it. Like pretend like it never happened. That would be his best bet.
Sounds like something new. That sounds like I don't think I've ever heard any candidate go that route.
Yeah.
Have you?
No, not that I know of, but that could have happened and we just didn't know.
Sounds like a smart thing to do, though, just to avoid. We'll see.
Yeah.
These are, look, Cult45. So he's admitting he lost in 2020. Confused face.
These are QAnon people.
So, I thought he never conceded.
So just to explain, these are people that when they saw his speech, they were like, wait a minute, does this mean that he is admitting he lost? This is real, you guys. This is not fake.
No, this is definitely real. The rise of Cult45. And it's not even the people who just send outlandish messages like that. Those are QAnon people. Cult45. we had people came on to combat Bryson, was
Mhm.
saying he's now anti-Trump. Okay, and the only thing that they could come up with, well, you're criticizing Trump, and that makes it look like you support DeSantis.
Mhm.
Now, I know I'm black, and blacks are supposed to be slow,
Mhm.
but the last time I checked, Trump wasn't perfect, and I have criticized the hell out of him and DeSantis both. So how can I
Mhm.
be pro DeSantis when I've expressed my dislike for him?
Right. Right. I haven't expressed any dislike for DeSantis. Like, I know you know a lot more about DeSantis. I haven't disliked any. I haven't said anything bad about DeSantis. But what I have said is he would not be my choice for president. And that is because we are in such a bad place with the decisions the current administration has made that I believe Trump is the only person that has the skills necessary to even like semi undo everything that Biden has done. And he can do it quicker. So that's going to be a hard thing for me to be sold by somebody else that somebody else can do it, cuz I no longer am sold by somebody who has a good talking game.
Mhm.
Like some people are like, "Oh, if Jim Jordan ran though." Jim Jordan talks great. He sounds great. I don't know what he can get done cuz I've never seen it. I don't have
Yeah.
time to figure it. I don't have time to take a chance. You see what I'm saying? So, with me, I have to, even if Trump chooses a female VP or an LGBTQ VP, I'm going to have to say, I don't like that. I'm going to
Mhm.
be vocal about the fact that I don't like that, but he's still going to get my vote.
Yeah. I don't think people can grasp that simple concept though. Like I don't like
Hmm.
this, but you're the best option. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Will DeSantis even run in 2024? I mean, according to Cult45, he already his omission was an admission. The fact that he didn't enter Trump means that he's going to run, and everyone else is just playing stupid while
Right.
DeSantis has some sort of a spade or ace of spades in his pocket, and he's going to come out and be like, boom, Trump card.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think that's a stretch of everyone's imagination, if we're being honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I want to warn people too, because like we were talking about influencers and things like that, and Suni and I are included in this. But more than anything, you guys really need to learn to do the research for yourself. Like,
Hmm.
because we hear too many times people say, but I thought you said, but I thought you felt like, but I thought that it doesn't matter what we think. Like, you need to think for yourself. So, like, if Suni says something, don't just agree with her. Like, if you don't agree with it, go back and do your own research and form your own opinion.
Hmm.
Just listen, I love Corinne, I love Brandon, I love ABL, I love Jericho, I love Megan. There's so many influencers. I love Bryson, but I don't agree with everything that they say, and nor do they agree with everything I say. I certainly don't let them guide me to who I should vote for and who I should like. Case in point, I'm going to give you guys an example, okay, that's recent. And we might have some breaking news on this, but right now we can't. Um, but recently, if you guys follow a few people that are tied to the California gubernatorial race, they recently admitted that Anthony Trimino, the person that they were pushing during the Gavin Newsom recall, to be made governor of California over people like Larry Elder, um, have recently come out and said, "Oh, well, we're not, Trimino's not running, but yeah, he's kind of flipped the script on us since, and now we're backing Brian Dahl, and you should too." Okay. And so everybody was backing Brian Dahl, and I was just like, well, who the hell? I don't even live in California, so I don't give a fuck who Brian Dahl is. But um, while these people have admitted that Anthony Trimino may have not been who he portrayed himself to be, what they haven't admitted is that they um got you to believe in him as a gubernatorial candidate, and they never came back and said, I'm sorry for that. Like, I should have, you know, come back and say I was wrong, basically.
Something.
Right.
Or the thousands of people that were attacked during that whole thing, because that was a big thing on Instagram for a minute. All the
It was.
people, all the separation, all the division, all the people who were chopped down for even asking questions. Like, you do have to come
Mhm.
back out and make that make sense, because it just looks like you're hopping and jumping ship
Mhm.
versus you having valid reasons. Like, all these
Well,
reasons were presented when you were still supporting them. So what changed?
and then my question would be, and this is why I say do your own research. Like, I'm not saying that these people aren't giving you good information because I don't know,
Yeah.
but my next question would be like, well, why should I trust you on Brian Dahl? Why should I believe if you just like openly believe what they're saying about a candidate and not go, okay, well, let me go research Brian Dahl for myself or Anthony Trimino or
Hmm.
whoever it is, and you're just taking their word for it, that's a problem. You know what I mean? And so now one of them is going off on social media because she no longer works with Lexit. And she's slamming Lexit left and right. And we're just like, wait a minute, what's going on here? What is the tea? Well, we got the
What's happening?
tea. We got the tea.
We'll figure out if we can talk about it.
We'll figure it out.
But it does fall in line with what the hell's going on with conservatives
Mm-hmm.
supporting candidates and unsupporting them, and then having the same reasons why people with a brain didn't really support them. I don't know. It's just, honestly, it seems like a lot of backtracking is
Mm-hmm.
what I'm noticing in a lot of people. It's like, okay, well, yeah, we don't need the perfect candidate. But when people were saying that, well, then you're not a true conservative. That word was floating around a lot too. Man,
Right.
I tell you, what do you call it? Tribalism is a crazy thing. That's a psychological concept I want to study.
Do y'all remember when Soonie interviewed Anthony Trimino? Because do y'all know that Soonie interviewed Anthony Trimino? Probably not.
I did.
She
I
she did an
interviewed
interview.
him
Yeah.
and I
Well,
asked him all the tough questions and he had zero answers. That was live.
Mom, is it my turn?
That was live. I'm literally in the middle of a show. Please close my door.
Mom, is it my turn?
Close my door. And then he's going to knock. You see what I mean?
that's cute.
Sunni pressed him. Yeah, man, he wasn't answering my questions. And then people got mad at me because I was like, yeah, no, I'm not hopping off and jumping on board with Anthony Trimino. I don't care who's supporting him because you weren't
Mhm.
able to answer my questions.
Right.
Simple as that for me.
Yep. I just want to say that Suni, we have to start taking a running list of all the things that you've been right about because it's you may want to answer your door. Just take a little break. We'll talk. I'll talk. I'll kill time. I'll kill time. Do you need to go? Okay, there she goes. So, yeah, anyways, we wanted to talk about this because I thought, we really need to let people know that it is okay to not follow what your favorite influencer says and question what they say. And it's also okay to question potential political leaders. It's okay to question anybody. And you guys should be questioning people. It's healthy to do. If it gets to a point where you can't question a political candidate, what are we doing? What are we doing? We have to be able to question them. It has to happen. We cannot Nobody's perfect. Nobody's ever going to be perfect. And we need to hold their feet to the fire. We need to say, you want our vote, you need to work for it. I'm going to tell Trump, you need my vote. I'm going to need you never to mention the vaccine again. Okay?
There you go.
Never again. Never again. Edzilla, thank you so much for the super chat. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Edzilla. Awesome. So
What?
that's
What
what
does
we
that
got.
say? The best news ever. Hold on. I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, as a comment.
Can we all say the best news yet? No, Nancy Pelosi. Yes, Nancy Pelosi is finally gone. She's no longer the Speaker of the House.
But what are we
Now,
gonna do? I'm sad. Who are we gonna talk about?
well, isn't Kevin McCarthy the new House Speaker?
Is he officially the House Speaker? Hold on.
Isn't that Kevin McCarthy, or am I wrong?
Let me see.
He's going to mention the vax again. You think he is? I'm hoping Trump is smart and he doesn't fumble the football. Please don't do that to yourself.
I
He
thought
said,
Kevin
"Ding dong,
McCarthy.
the witch is dead."
I thought Kevin McCarthy was like who they were going to put up as the House Speaker.
I could be
But
wrong, but I'm just saying this: Nancy's gone, but what matters is who's going to replace her. And if it's no better than Nancy, then I don't think anybody should be celebrating. Let's just wait and see what happens.
yeah.
I mean, I'm glad she's gone, but I also want to know who's going to replace her.
Well, it says that they have nominated Kevin McCarthy.
Oh, see,
What do you think
Rhino.
about that? Right. What like see this is my thing. People will celebrate that Nancy's gone and thank you Minnesota Accountability for the 999 super chat. Appreciate you. Um people will be glad that Nancy's gone. But what are we getting in return? We shall see, or in exchange, we shall see.
This is the same
Um,
guy. Now, I want to remind Cult45. Okay, follow me. Kevin McCarthy is the same guy that sat down along with Paul Ryan allegedly at this meeting that has Trump so pissed off with DeSantis. This is a meeting he's mad about. He didn't get a concrete answer when he called him on the phone. I
mm,
just want you guys to remember this. So before you go celebrate, oh my God, we took over the House. Remember, the rhinos in the GOP, the establishment, the uniparty that you claim to hate, I want you to remember, not only did Trump endorse this person, but this person is potentially the Speaker of the House. Now, you can give me a forecast of what you think his presidency will look like, but I'm going to tell you to look in the past before you look to the future because it'll tell you everything you need to know.
mhm.
Maybe was that too intricate? Was that too complicated? I hope people understood what I said.
I don't think it was complicated at all. So I was looking up how the Speaker of the House gets picked. So it looks like on Tuesday he won the party's nomination and become the next House Speaker, but the real test will be in January when the new members take office and hold the deciding vote. Here's what you need to know. To be the next speaker, a person needs a majority of the votes from House members who are present and voting. While the magic number is 218 votes out of the 435 member House, a person could become speaker with fewer votes if several members do not attend the vote. That happened in 2021 when Representative Nancy Pelosi won with just 216 votes after 3 members voted present. So,
We'll see. I'm going to
you
see how
don't
many people come out and speak out.
This is interesting. I didn't know that. You don't need to be a House member to become speaker. I thought you did.
I did too. You learn something
Huh.
new every day. Nancy
Interesting.
is putting Hakeem Jeffries up for Dem Speaker. Bro.
Who?
Hakeem Jeffries, if you guys want to know who this guy is, go look at the clip that I posted of Charlemagne the God. And they brought some Democrat candidate on. Charlemagne straight up tells him, y'all have no way to beat DeSantis, period, or Trump.
Mhm.
And y'all
Mhm.
better hope they don't team up together because Dems have no one. He's being propped up. Of course, he's black. Of course, he's supposed to relate to the black community. That's a large percentage of their voters. I don't see how he could ever be put up for Speaker of the House. This guy is not a part of reality. Seriously, y'all go look at that interview and listen to what he says in the interview. He's so detached.
Mm.
I would be
Interesting.
afraid of him since they can prop up people that what do they do? Campaign from their basement and then just get votes mysteriously because voters are dumb enough to vote just because someone told them to.
Yeah. Yeah. What else was I going to say to you about something real quick? Speaking of dumb people, let's talk about Kristi Noem. This is
Repeal
literally
the
like
19th.
repeal the 19th. Damn.
No, she's
My-
horrible. Hold on, let me pull this up.
we're gonna pull
I
it
got
up
it
because
on here.
y'all, if y'all didn't see it in my stories today,
There we have it on the screen. Kristi Noem says Trump is not GOP's best chance for 2024. Ma'am, Trump endorsed you.
and you sure didn't have a problem with that, and you won your election with that endorsement.
And you also said you would support him in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Show
that
did.
quote, but
Show did.
huh? Make this make some sense. Now, upon her saying this, she did come back out and try to skirt her way out of this ridiculous. I don't even know why you gave this quote to the press. Now I'm about to play her. Hold on. Well, did you send me that video?
Which one? The one that
I
she
downloaded
walked
it.
it back? Yeah.
Yes.
While Sootie's pulling this up, for anybody who's just joining, we're wearing these hats because we're talking about the Cult45 folks that are QAnon people, basically. So we're making fun of them. So we did a little arts and crafts. I have a little dangling Q right here, a little T. Sootie's got her, because she's in Japan, she's got her Asian inspired hat on.
Yeah, man. You got to put it to the side. It's a new fad. You don't wear it all the way on your head.
She got to keep it street.
Okay, here's her response. So you guys saw the news article. Now she did indeed say this. Indeed. She's quoted saying this. He's not the best option.
Some confusion, I think, coming out of the RJ also with the beloved New York Times, right, about some comments you made. Can you refine that or make sure our audience understands there were some comments they're attributing to you about President Trump? Can you just clarify those?
Well, for heaven's sakes, the New York Times are liars, and so that what they printed is not what I said. What I said is that every single one of us as Republicans needs to be messengers. It's all of our jobs. President Trump is the only one running for president, the only one who's been president. He's obviously the leader of our party right now, and he has a responsibility, but we all do too. I think that's what we need to recognize is we should not put all the weight of messaging what is great about America on one person, that it's every one of our jobs, and that we should get up every day with that responsibility on our shoulders.
I want to know, what was that little whisper at the beginning? Did you hear that? Like somebody whispered to her?
No, I didn't hear that.
At the very beginning, right after he asked the question, somebody's like, da, 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 da. And then she pops in with her answer. The scandal. Here's the thing. I agree with everything she kind of said about it being all of us responsibility. We shouldn't put it on one person, except for the fact that you're a fucking liar. Okay. That's not that's not what you said before. And you were quoted by a credible news article and other news.
Were multiple.
Yes,
it's not just the New York Times putting this out.
Not just one.
They have you quote here. We have this. This is ABC. This is local news. I'm going to play this so people can't. This is all over the news.
Mm-hmm.
See, y'all, this is another thing. Cult45, y'all pick and choose when it's okay to believe the media.
Mm-hmm.
If we put this out, oh my God, you guys are following fake news. Well, don't you?
Meanwhile, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem tonight expressing reservations about former President Donald Trump's bid for re-election.
Noem told the New York Times that Trump doesn't offer, quote, the best chance for the GOP in the next presidential cycle. The governor added that the former president isn't the best choice for the Republican Party moving forward. She told the Times that, quote, if we narrow our focus there, then we're not talking to every single American. Our job is not just to talk to people who love Trump or hate Trump. Our job is to talk to every single American, end of quote. Now, Noem won her second gubernatorial term as South Dakota governor just recently in the midterms. She was endorsed by the former president in her re-election cycle in the 2022 midterm.
So hey,
Mm-hmm.
you remember my whole thing? Listen, this was a Freudian slip.
Oh yeah.
Conservative media is already coming out against Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Influencers are already coming out taking sides against Trump. Politicians are now taking sides against Trump, but walking it back. You don't believe focusing on Trump is the best thing for the GOP. You
Right.
said it.
Right.
Why try to walk it back? Well no, obviously. I'm just saying we should speak to every American person. I call her a liar. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. That sounds about right. I mean, for her to come out and say this like right off the jump and then retract it right off the jump, like that's some woman shit right there. That's some woman shit. Like, were you about to get your period? Like, what happened? What
For
exactly
real.
happened there? But I don't know. Like, you guys, Suni brought up a good point. I thought we weren't supposed to trust the media. Like, why all of a sudden are we trusting the media? Why do we go back and forth with them? Why do we go back and forth with one moment the media is telling us the truth, the next minute they're not?
And if you only should you believe the news when it depicts Trump in a good light. That's when
Mhm.
it's truth.
Mhm.
Let me read one more quote from Christy Nome. Um, this was funny too. We all failed in this election by not talking and telling our stories. That what we did is not what conservatives believed, and it worked. I don't know what she means by that.
Yeah, what does that mean? Christy?
So she goes on to say, we got lazy, naive, and started just bashing Biden on his policies, which suck, absolutely. They're the worst in the country. And, he's embracing socialism faster than we can blink our eyes. But we have to talk about how what Republicans did across this country actually benefited the people that live where we live. Ma'am, if it was benefiting the country, we would be talking about it benefiting the country. But
Right.
it's not. And you know why we can't talk about Republicans, Christy Nome? Because you guys do nothing. We've had to talk about the Democrats because the Democrats
Facts.
had free reign in this country while you
Facts.
guys sat back having fake committee hearings, kind of like to we're going to tie into that. I won't bring that up yet. But Republicans seem to do a lot of grandstanding. And then when people aren't interested in your grandstanding, well, no, you're just bashing on Trump. No, let's talk about what you don't do. Let's talk
Mhm.
about that.
Now they want a ballot harvest, okay?
But when I said it, it's cheating. You can't do that.
Yeah. Right, but all day long they'd be like, "We shouldn't sink down to the level of the Democrats. When they go low, we go high."
Wait. When we said this is getting old, can we stop dunking on liberals all the time? What did we get called? Or what did I get called? I was a liberal. I was BLM. Oh, you're not really conservative, but Christy Nome says it. And
Mhm.
okay, guys, let's start talking and meeting people in the middle. But before, nope, you can't concede any ground to the left. This
Right.
messaging is all jacked up.
It's
This is
all
how I
jacked
know
up.
she's lying, bro.
I
You
know she's
capping.
alive. I know she's capping. Look at we turned into Diamond and Silk right now.
You
I'll be going
capping.
capping.
I used to watch them all the time, by the way.
I used to love them, but it got old.
For real.
It got old. I was like, listen,
I
y'all gonna
think
have
we're the new and improved. What do you think?
Mhm. I think so
We're
too.
coming for your spot, ladies.
Dude, if I get invited to Mar-a-Lago, I'm for sure wearing this hat.
No, you're not. Dead ass.
No. I mean, I'm a bring
That
it.
would be so badass if you did that, dude.
I'm gonna bring it for sure. It's got this very like Roman soldier vibe to it. I kind of feel like I know something other people don't know when I wear this hat.
Me too.
You feel like that too?
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
do.
You know what's crazy? So like right here, you guys, is some cotton that I actually had a white friend of mine pick in a field in in New Mexico. So
I saw that picture.
yeah, we were driving and I was like, "Is that a cotton field?" And she was like, "Yeah." I said, "Get your white ass out there and pick me some cotton." And dude, she sure did. And so the cotton is gonna bring the energy of the earth to my
Just stupid.
yeah.
Okay. So apparently we have a Q person in the chat. Okay.
Oh, sweet.
So let's see. It says, if you were going to badmouth something, get it right. There is no such thing as QAnon. There is a Q, and there is Anons who do research, right?
Mm-hmm.
You talk about us doing research, you should do the same. I wish I had crickets. Why are you making fun of people who care about their country in their own way? You only see a minute amount of crazy like the left put everyone into one class.
Connie. Connie.
Connie, girl, here's the thing about it. Listen, I know you love this country and I get the QAnon fascination. Okay. I'm talking to you right now, Connie, just you. I get the need to want to have hope. Okay. But you brought me in for the solo. You brought me in for the solo. Connie, I get the need to want to have hope. Okay. For a better future, for a better tomorrow. It ain't happening, Connie. You in danger, girl. Okay? Connie, you in danger, girl.
Connie, get out.
Get out.
Connie, get out.
Yeah,
Okay.
Connie.
Connie.
Connie, do you want us to send you the link? Shoot us your email to Soonie's Instagram page or wherever you're watching. And we can bring you up. We'd love to have a discussion with you. I would love to know. Connie. I call on Jesus, Connie, to save you. Soonie, put your hat back on. Jesus.
Oh, goodness.
Put your hat back on, Soonie. Don't let them get to you. If you take the hat off, the liberals can break through.
The deep state will come.
The deep state will come.
Take my mind. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and body.
Yeah.
I got it.
I would love to talk to Connie because I really want to know, like, how after so many years you're still just waiting, like, on something to happen that's never going to happen. And if by chance it does happen, y'all are going to be like, see, Q was real.
Even though it was a whim. Look.
Yeah.
What was our next subject? I totally forgot it.
So we've talked about Kristi Noem. We've talked about Cult. Okay, let's take off our hats so we can think clearly.
Okay.
Did you guys love this dress up hour is what I want to know.
We hope you liked it.
We hoped you liked it. That foil girl keeps my head hot. Okay, so Kristi Noem, Trump people. Oh, you were going to talk to people about the riot thing.
Oh yeah. We did the I sounded like Manny Fresh. Oh yeah. I did a brief show on it, but it kind of ties into what we're talking about today, I believe. I believe the GOP has a lot of people fooled. I don't think they have any positive vision for the country. And that does not mean everyone. I'm specifically talking about the ones that have been in charge for freaking ever. There was a riot in 2000 to stop an election, just like there was a riot in 2022 to stop an election, because certain presidents are selected. We know that. Now, what I don't think what everyone is paying attention to is the GOP and Republicans. They're solely blaming Nancy Pelosi and all these other people who, yes, could very much so have a lot of involvement, but the GOP ain't innocent and they don't want Trump back in office.
Mm-hmm.
So what better way to do that than to let's just repeat what we did in 2000, stop the decertification of an election, and then let's take them to the ringer. And we don't want you as a candidate, even though we milked you dry and allowed you to select people within the GOP. No, we don't want you in office. Go find something better to do. And you can
Mm-hmm.
tell because a lot of these older establishment Republicans don't like Trump. Now, does that mean that Trump is innocent? No. So I don't want anybody getting my words confused. I still have the same criticism for Trump, but this is called being objective when I can notice there's a clear pattern here. You're going after the guy, and it doesn't really make much sense
Mm-hmm.
unless the GOP is doing what the Dems do and using media to cause what do you call what do they call COVID?
Oh,
Like a mass form of brainwashing.
like a psyop? Is that what it is? No.
Uh-uh. I think it's like mass form psychosis,
Oh, okay.
where you get a group of people to just hop on board, just like you mentioned before. You get
Mm-hmm.
a group of people to just hop on board and attack and attack and attack, and people don't know why they're doing it.
Right. Cult.
Just saying, man.
Cult.
GOP is no different than. That's why you should vote for Trump. Honestly, I don't
Mm-hmm.
believe he's. I believe Trump did a lot of stupid things, but I believe deep down that he has a love for the country and he's not the type of person to sell out. I could be
Mm-hmm.
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Could be wrong because he has done things to show that he's willing to sell out.
But
But what other option do we have?
you know what my thing is he's being so transparent about it, right? Like even his mistakes, like even the dumb stuff that he says, he's not trying to like work around it or like make excuses for it. You know, like we talked about it earlier today, a lot of people maybe don't know that Trump was a major Democrat, that Trump used to be against vaccines, like vehemently. He was probably one of the
Yes.
most famous people against vaccines. He didn't invent the phrase "Make America Great Again." That was actually Soonie, and I thought it was Bill Clinton, but Soonie said it might be Reagan.
Yeah.
Either way, he wasn't the first one. You know, he used to be in with all the people that he now refers to as, you know, his enemies or the deep state. I mean, he used to be great friends with them.
The swamp.
Yeah. And he doesn't make any excuse about it. Like he just is what he is. And that's another reason why I can respect him and trust him, because I don't think he's trying to be deceitful. Case in point being, if he was, he wouldn't be talking about his love and admiration for the fact that he created this wonderful vaccine the way he talks about it.
Mhm.
He truly believes he did something great.
That's it.
That's it.
Like, I think, look, when I was sitting here thinking about all this, I'm like, bro, why does this feel so familiar to me? And
Mhm.
I remembered that riot, and I'm like, bro, this looks like a repeat.
Yeah.
They don't want certain people in office. Even though Al Gore is definitely a proponent for their New World Order agenda, right? That
Mhm.
wasn't the person they wanted in office at the time. If we can say as people, right, presidents are selected. Every conservative has said that. You would be lying to yourself if you say that Republicans never selected a president and
Mhm.
never influenced an election.
Mhm.
So I'm just telling people just to look at the bigger picture of everything. Just look at the players, look what the media puts on. Instead of taking a side, just simply observe. I observe this stuff. It's like for me, it's like football. The GOP is okay. You got 5 downs. What are you gonna do with it? This is what
Right.
you did with these 5 downs? Okay, next play. That's how I feel people should observe politics, because that's all it
Mhm.
is. Just a
Mhm.
big ass playbook.
Facts. And that's exactly what Trump and DeSantis are doing. Like I said, I liken them to boxers talking shit before a big fight. They may not never even get in the ring together, but I think they're doing what men do. Competitive men do this shit. I'm all for it. DeSantis, if you want to be president after Trump is done, by all means, come in and maintain the shit that he already fucking fixed. But
No.
you're not the guy.
People, please listen to Suni.
Oh, Sudi, you got a sports 4 downs, but you were
4 downs,
close.
but you were close.
You
I
said
thank you.
5.
I did.
That's something I would say. 5 downs. That
Wow, I
doesn't
didn't even realize that.
and
Listen,
I
I
didn't
watched.
correct you because I don't
You
know.
didn't.
I don't
4
know.
downs. Thank you. Listen, go research. Please go listen. sit here and take notes in this show and then go fact check everything I said.
Mhm.
I really challenge people to go do that. Go fact check, go do what you need to do, and then
Yeah.
come back to me and tell me where I was wrong. And if I'm wrong, you know how many times I've come out and said, damn, I got that wrong, or I didn't look at it that way. Just saying, I did it with Trump.
Mhm.
Look,
Mhm.
I don't like you, my guy, because you're pissing me off, but you said a lot of things in the speech that Americans needed to hear. Now, we'll see if he executes. If he executes, then cool. I'll support him. I'll support him hands down. What is this? What is this?
Connie's back. Connie's back.
Oh,
You
okay.
go you
Want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
I'm gonna read it and Mo's gonna respond because I won't respond in the way you would like. I promise you I
Okay.
won't.
Okay.
It says, I am 68 and not a Q. Don't talk down to me like I'm an idiot child. I have looked into many things, into many, many things, and choose to let them be them. I would love to come on, but I won't be ridiculed because I choose to see people who care.
Okay, so she's just defending them because they care, and so she doesn't want us to. She sees that we're picking on them, and Connie cares about them. But Connie, here's my response to you. That is hurting our country. Like, on all seriousness, that type of group, those types of groups that keep people believing in this grand miracle that's going to happen, and that, Trump has been in control the entire time, and every time he plays this song, he's really, like, he's sending subliminal messages, or he's winking to his people at his rallies. Like, what good has that done our country since this whole thing started? So I just ask you respectfully, Connie, to please. I love that you're defending these people, and I'm not trying to hate on them because I get that it's coming from a good place. I'm trying here, Suni. I'm trying. It's coming from a good it's coming from a good place, Connie. I get it. But we have to now say enough is enough. This is destroying our country. People are getting to a point where they've lost all sense of any rationale and logical thinking. They're now living in a fantasy world. And unless we can get those people out of that fantasy world and be like, okay, we need you to stop associating with the Q and the Anons because nobody's going to listen to you because you're associated with them. We need you to come over to us and talk like a normal person, and stop with the winks, and stop with the songs, and stop with the circling of certain letters in certain things and the dates. Help us, Connie. I think you have an in with the Qs. I feel it. Yeah, people are dying and losing.
Yeah. So what Mo said in an I don't give an F type of language, right? Y'all are making us look bad. Shut up. Because unlike you, I don't want to be in fantasy land and la la land and escaping from life. I want to be a part of life while also influencing life. And I can't be a part of life if I'm not a part of reality. It just is what it is. And most of the things that you guys put out, it's just simply not reality. I sat on here for 45 minutes and debunked everything being posted by these cute people. And also, Connie, love doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to softball you. Love is correction.
Mm,
So
that's facts.
technically, we love them too if we're willing to sit up here and say, this is how you look. It's utterly ridiculous. And please stop because you're not
Hmm.
helping anyone over here.
Hmm.
Your
Yeah.
research is I don't know what type of research that is, but you've been wrong.
You
How
know
many
what,
times
too?
now? April 2020 and it came and went. Ain't nobody been arrested.
I will say this, though. Okay, if you have been following me from like the very beginning, you will know that I played into this, not the Q stuff necessarily, but like the conspiracy stuff
Hmm.
of the emergency broadcast system was going to cut out. Okay, like I bought into that. Like I thought that this was really going to happen. That January 6th was going to be like this monumental moment. That what was the other one? There was another like big moment. Anyways, I was one of those people that kind of bought into that, Connie. So, oh God, here she is again. Okay, she says you're making fun of people does not bring them in.
That's not true.
Actually, it does. Suni has a long career in making fun of people, and she has brought a lot of people in, actually. Some of them
Yeah.
might even be in this chat as we speak. So if you have been brought in back to reality from Suni, from watching Suni, please put a 1 in the chat if Suni wakes you up. And she's very tough on people. I almost said you were mean.
I'm not mean. Not mean.
Yeah. Look at all these. Look at the ones. Matthew, Nikki. Yeah. And the crazies that have no clue what reality is. Yeah.
1. Hey.
Michael.
See?
Hey, look at all these. Man, Suni's recovery program is in full effect on. Look at that. And even Nikki. Nikki has even been fixed.
Fixed.
Praise.
Hey, my track record speaks for itself. I get messages every day with people saying, "Wow, you're a jerk, but you really made me think." Like
We're saying
I
a
didn't
1.
like ones. They didn't like my style. One lady was like, "I didn't like your style, but I got used to you." And like, you're dope. So
Yeah.
my method works. You just don't like it.
Yeah.
Woke me up from liberal-ish. Let's go, man.
Sacrificial
go.
Lamb, we're putting a 1 in the chat if you have been woken up by Suni, because Connie said that being mean to people making fun of them isn't going to wake them up or bring them in. And I said, well, I think a lot of people have been brought in by Suni, and she's a tough cookie. Like, I'm a more
People
lead with
respect
love.
real, bro.
Yeah.
They do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he said 1. So there you go. Wow. Did you realize that you made that much impact on people?
No, I didn't start realizing it until we had that conversation where you were like, "Hey, I know you are being critical of Trump and you have good reasons, but you have a responsibility." I was just
Yeah.
like, "Do I?" Cuz for us, this is work, but we also enjoy putting these shows together and just coming on here and talking. It doesn't feel like work for me.
Yeah.
So when I go live and I'm just talking, I can't even remember a quote that I said 2 seconds ago, but someone else, it's in their head and they're like, "Bro, you said that," and it woke me up.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think about that until you told me, like, no,
Yeah.
you really got a responsibility. And it's because it's embedded in our heads that if you don't have the numbers, you're not making an impact.
Yeah. Deep down, Suni has got to be a softie.
I am.
She is. Deep down, Suni is like, once you break through like the tough exterior, she's like super tender on the inside. Like, even her
I'm like
voice
the
is
nicest
different.
person ever.
Yeah, even her voice is different. It's funny. That's a big reason why we get along so well, because like I saw that. So like if you were like the Suni you are online all the time, and like we couldn't be, you know what I mean? Like we couldn't be silly
Yeah.
and like whatever, or just be girls sometimes, because
Yeah.
she's not always repeal the 19th. Okay. I mean, she
No,
believes
I
in
have
it,
my moments.
but there's moments where we're like total chicks on the phone.
I have my moments. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm a persona on the internet. That doesn't mean that like who I am on the internet is not me. It's still me.
Yeah.
I'm a multifaceted person. Like I have my views, my morals, they're not going anywhere, but that doesn't mean that I can't sit with someone and be like, "Okay, well you made sense too."
Yeah.
You just have to be around me. When people are around me, they understand me a lot more. They're like, I can't even take what you're doing now as some sort of annoyance or like, eh. No, I don't just get on the internet just for the sake of doing that. That's whack.
Yeah.
But we
You know
gonna have
what's
fun with
weird?
the show.
So my friend, my best friend tells me he struggles listening to my online person. Well, he's not an online person anyways, but he struggles listening to the show and to me. So he tells me that he like jumps in and out of our show because he sometimes doesn't know how to disconnect from like the me that's very like opinionated and like I'll say stuff that I wouldn't say in a normal conversation with a friend because I don't talk about politics with my friends.
Yeah.
Except for Soonie, I talk about politics with her. But like with my everyday friends, like I don't talk politics all the time or LGBTQ or anything like that. Right. So like when my friends who know me for a long time hear me talk like that, it's hard because they see somebody they see a side of me that they're not familiar with.
Yes.
But I'm being 100% me on here. Like this is who I am, right? All the time with you.
All the time.
All the time.
It's the same way. It's the exact. I'm just less animated. That's the only difference. I'm much less animated, and I'll sit down and talk. But on here, you have to entertain people. You would not have fun watching me just sit and have a regular conversation. I think you would be rather bored. Just saying.
I should record. Like I said, I should record some of the things that we talk. Like today, for instance, let's reenact. Remember, okay, so today we talked about that we're gonna do like a little skit segment of our show because you guys love the Nancy Pelosi skit. Okay, so Soonie doesn't know that we're about to do this skit, but this is gonna show you how great her improv skills are. So we were talking about something. And Soonie's kids came in the room and she was like busy talking to them. So I was like, whatever. And then I just said to her, did you know that sperm travels at 28 miles an hour inside the vagina? And Soonie, you said.
I'm like, why are you talking about this?
And then I said,
why are you thinking about this?
And then I said, well, I was sitting in my car one day at Target and I was like bored. And I sometimes to clear my head of like political stuff, I just think of random things that I'm just curious about. So I Googled how fast does sperm travel once it hits the vagina? Who knew? 28 miles an hour. I want you guys next time you're in your car to go 28 miles an hour. And men especially imagine your sperm traveling that fast. So then I said to Soonie, I guess that shows how determined life is. And Soonie said,
did you smoke?
Oh God, dude. And I was like laughing so hard because I was like, no, for real. Like, and then Soonie was telling her kids that her husband was like, her kids were like, where's daddy? And she's like, dad's in the bathroom. And I was like, Soonie, go knock on the door and ask your husband if he knows how fast his sperm travels. So you
Safe
guys
to say, I said, let's not say we did. And I'm still confused. Like, why are you thinking about this? Huh?
I asked my husband and he just looked at me and he's like, no.
Guys, I was quiet. She was talking and I was like, uh-huh. And in my head, I'm just like, why the fuck are you talking? Like, why?
Right.
What made you want to, like, you're just, who? That needs to be a skit. That's what I'm saying. You're driving in your car. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, how fast does sperm travel?
Fascinating.
Mo, that was a stoner moment, bro. No one thinks about that sober. That is such a stoner question.
But I do. I am like, he said, sacrificial lamb said, I'm high as fuck right now. Did that just like blow your mind though? Connie, what is Connie? Connie, did you know about the sperm? This is, look at Connie. Aw, Connie, see?
Connie,
see,
you
Connie?
like us. Stop
see,
it.
Connie. She says, okay, I know you don't want to hear from me, but is this for real? Connie's a freak. See, Connie? Oh, see, we're not bad people, Connie.
No one thinks about, listen. I told you guys my stoner story, all right? Look, I admitted it. But no one sits in their car and says, how fast does sperm travel?
Look at the question. Mo. How did they clock that? Right? Dominique, thank you. Did they like put little timers, like little whatever on the sperms? Like, I don't understand. How did they figure that out?
I'm
More
gonna come up with
research.
a question like that, and
More
I'm gonna
research is
ask
needed.
you. I'm gonna catch you off guard and just ask a question and see what you say.
Yeah.
Because look, you were stoned. I
just
just tested
I
your
just
roadside radar on my house. Broke 32 mouse. Ew.
Dude, fascinating.
Well, Mo,
Man.
you got a question that people are going. You guys should come back next Friday and tell us what you found. That would be an awesome way to open the show.
Should we have a random weird fact of the day from Mo?
We should, because I was baffled.
I'm the queen of random facts.
When she said the life part, I was sitting on the edge of the bed like.
No, you said, listen, this is what you really said. You said, why you do this, bro? You said, why you do this, bro? I feel like you're setting me up. Like, you just said that, like. I was like, dude, I'm fucking serious right now.
That sounds like something I would say. You had me distraught. I'm like, what is this? Snapple facts, but they're going to be called Mo facts.
These are going to be Mo facts because you won't find a sperm fact on a Snapple cat.
She was the same person that found this dumb ass article about sperm having some form of protection against COVID.
Yeah.
I'm like, where did you read this?
You always wondered if nuns use tampons? That's a really well, okay. So not all nuns are virgins. Like, I think technically they should be, but some of them were married before and they're just widows. And they decided to become nuns. You know what? Okay, this is what I want to do.
Okay.
And I know we totally taken a left from like the topics
It's okay.
we started
we'll get
with.
back on track.
Guys, how many guys do we have in the chat? I wonder how many guys. Okay. Guys.
If you're a guy, drop a 1.
Yeah, if you're a guy, drop a 1 because I need to get an understanding before I ask this question.
If you a man and you got balls, like balls you were born with, okay? Not no attached balls.
If you're a real less lies Mofax. Okay, so there's Patrick. We have one man in the chat. I know Matthew's in the chat. Mo and Soonie, we got to smoke some Cali's finest and watch stand up. Oh, God. You and Soonie can definitely do that. Okay, we got a good amount of men. Okay, so men in the chat. The average woman's menstrual cycle lasts about 4 to 6 days. How many tampons per day do you think women go through in that 4 to 6 days? I'm curious. Guys are like, ugh.
I don't know. They're going to be like, why are you doing this to me? Same thing I said.
I just want to know like how in touch guys are.
I thought she was high, y'all. Like life. Like what? I think you're thinking way too deep. That's what I think.
Okay, Matthew says 5 tampons per day. Matthew might be married.
No.
69
or 420.
God.
Such a guy response.
15?
15. No, we're streaming in multiple places. But you guys won't be able to watch the show. We forgot to do that. Everyone, please do me a favor while we're on here. And she's taking tallies. And you guys are these absurd answers. 15.
15. Okay, so 4 times. Okay, wait, hold on. 15 times, let's just say 6 days. That would be 90 tampons. That's a lot.
Yeah, bro.
12. Okay. I'm going to say the closest one was probably Matthew. Right? Would you say about 5, Soonie?
Yeah.
Like, would you say that's about close? Yeah, that's about close.
Hmm.
Yeah, 5 a day is probably good because you guys, here's a fun fact. A tampon can probably hold up to a half a cup, I think, of blood in one tampon before it's like unsafe for you to keep it in your body. So there you go. There's Mo's rando fact of the day. Dun, dun,
There's
dun,
her
dun,
random fact of
dun.
the day. We have to have
All
some
right.
music for it.
I know we do. Random fact.
Random fact with Mo.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll just
Guys,
drop
make
that.
sure you're following us on Instagram, somewhere in the middle USA. And if you want to follow us, somewhere in the middle US on Instagram. That's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
And then somewhere in the middle USA on YouTube. It's all one word. Please go follow our social media pages because that's where we will be doing future shows and not on our individual platforms.
Yeah.
But the next topic, and this is a funny topic. This is a topic that got me a lot of heat on TikTok. Because women who should not have the right to vote were accusing me of
First of all,
somehow being okay with sex trafficking. I'm just like, what?
this shit is
Okay.
crazy.
But it's a teacher in Arizona who worked at a school, her and her husband, they were at a middle school. On weekends, they decided to film OnlyFans porn content in the classrooms. She said, at least I did it when the kids weren't there. And she also made this really, really absurd excuse in this video message that she posted, and we will play it. She felt trapped in a financial situation and believed making OnlyFans video was the only way her family would be able to survive. Now, I just want you to notice the husband has not said anything. Homeboy is MIA. He ain't said nothing.
What was her only, because I'm not familiar with, like, I'm familiar with the story, but not the details.
Uh-huh.
But what was her OnlyFans? Like, was she selling just sexual videos of her and her husband? Was she selling feet? And what was going on?
Well, they just say it's graphic in nature. Like it is graphic in nature, but it doesn't break down exactly what it is. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'll let you take over for a second.
Okay. Let me just see if I can pull up the story. Teacher OnlyFans. I have some commentary on this because when Suni told me this story, I was like, what the hell? Like, this is your fallback career? Like, you were hurting for money? Okay, I'm going to read this. She said, this was a very big mistake, said Samantha Peer, who left her job at the Arizona Middle School after members of her community discovered her explicit content on the Subscription Act. Now, I don't know what makeup she was putting on. I don't know what makeup she was putting on for these videos, but if I would have seen this face, she looks weird. She looks like an alien. Okay.
She does.
So it says she began filming explicit content and posting it to the paid subscription service OnlyFans because her family was struggling financially and she needed to make additional money just to get by. Like, your
Yes.
husband couldn't like drive Uber Eats. You couldn't do like be an Instacart shopper, sell Mary Kay. Like, there was really no other options for you.
According to her, this was the only way she knew how to get it out the mud. But she's got a statement, and we can close the show out with this statement. It's about 5 minutes long.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is a raw reaction.
Okay.
I've never watched this. This is her statement on why she decided to be a thought box at a middle school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Samantha Peer, or some of you might know me by my alias, Chloe Carter. I was an employee at Thunderbolt for 5 years, and within this time, although my experience and evaluation showed that I had become a master science specialist and teacher, my salary did not increase. In this time period, I had to continue picking up extra stipends in order to make ends meet, such as co-advisor to yearbook club, STEM club advisor. I was mentoring a group of 4 uncertified new teachers and was going to coach softball point where our family was able to survive teacher incomes. My children are the most important thing to me, and
You look like you want to say something.
I just Googled Chloe Carter OnlyFans and then went to images and but some
Can
of
you
these
see the
pictures
classroom?
no, not in one picture I can see classroom, but she's not doing anything what the hell? She got some crotchless panties on. The full video. Wait, hold on. Let me put myself on mute. Hold on.
Ew.
I'm already spending countless hours out my contract time on extra school activities, and I don't think it's fair that I have to sacrifice my own children's time because our professional salary did not pay enough. Currently
Mo's
ranked
face.
50th
She
state
is
as
freaking
lowest
out
paid
over
teacher
there.
salary. I created a content at the beginning of the summer in order to earn extra money on the side to help pay for our basic necessities that our salaries were no longer meeting. I chose as blocking the entire state of Arizona on my OnlyFans so that it wasn't accessible to anyone living in the state. It was brought to my
It's called a VPN, ma'am. And how did you block the entire state of Arizona? Ma'am,
Yeah, how do you do that?
ma'am, you felt it was unfair that you couldn't make ends meet. Where is she from again? Arizona.
Arizona. Well, it says
Okay.
Lake Havasu, Arizona. It looks like they've
Shouldn't that,
taken down all the pictures of her in the classroom, but there is a full sex video up.
uh, I'm
But that's in her house.
I just want to know how you block the whole state of Nevada. I mean Arizona. I want to know. And I want to know where your raggedy ass husband is. That's what I want to know.
He's raggedy.
I want to he is raggedy.
I can see him in the picture, and just so you guys know, she looks exactly like she looks here in the videos. And she's doing everything in these videos. Everything.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Whoa. Chloe Carter.
Ew.
Chloe
Chloe
Carter.
Carter.
Oh my gosh. Girl, stop. Take your
attention
Listen.
on October 24th.
Which one?
Chloe for sure knows that sperm moves at 28 miles an hour. Just say good.
That a community member had expressed concerns to the police and my school regarding video content. At this time, I was placed on paid administrative leave and probation pending investigation. 2 days later, I had asked that an individual that was assigned to my case be removed because they had created a hostile work environment between me and other coworkers for several years during my employment.
Oh,
Can I just point this out? Men will like this.
Mhm.
When women get in trouble, the first thing they use, I was trying to provide for my family, and someone else did it. I didn't do nothing.
Mhm.
You couldn't tell your husband to go get an actual job. Y'all had to film porn at the school, knowing there would be a potential for you to get caught, which would probably rule out this ever being a factor ever. But
Right.
instead of you taking accountability, you know what? I did have an OnlyFans. I did film it at school. You say it's the school's fault because they weren't paying me enough.
Mhm. And PS, don't you know what you're getting paid when you take the job? Doesn't everybody know that teachers don't get paid enough money? I'm just curious. Isn't that a fact that everybody knows that?
Can you
It's a
imagine if a
shame.
guy did this in school where children were? They would be labeling him all types of pedophiles, and
Oh
he's got
yeah.
some weird obsession going on that you would do it in school. They would then investigate on what, well, has he bothered any children in school? It would
Mhm.
be a witch hunt.
Mhm.
My
Yeah.
family.
I mean, first of all, she looks like one of those people in a hostage video, like a Taliban hostage video.
Taliban.
Like, I would have just been like, "Girl, just shut up. Like, just quietly go away. Nobody cares about your explanation. Like, you're a disgrace. A middle school teacher, like, it wasn't enough for you to make these. I mean, and I saw the video. It's not enough for you to make these like sexually explicit videos in your own home, which clearly she did, but was she like, "Oh, we could really rack up the price on a classroom video?"
Yeah, it probably wasn't even her idea.
You think it was the husband?
Maybe. I think it was because he's too quiet. Why she taking the fall for you, bro?
Right.
Now, if she came up with this and you did it, then you're just as dumb.
Mhm.
But this this is the type of stuff I'm talking about when it comes to women having these ridiculous reasons for being able to do things, and people are understanding. Oh, well, she was just trying to provide for her children.
Mhm.
What if she decided to go grab a student and do this? Like,
Mhm.
come on, we need to take her through the ringer like we would anyone else. That's
I'm kind of
crazy.
wondering, was she acting out like a little student teacher situation in this classroom? That would be even worse.
Gross. Let's play
Gross.
a little more.
I did not feel safe with them knowing this information, and I felt that they would spread it in retaliation for their own personal vendetta. On October 31st, I decided to resign from Lake Havasu Unified School District under pressure. However, I was not fired. The superintendent assured me that
That's what you're worried about. You
Under
weren't
pressure.
fired.
She resigned under pressure, Soonie. Under pressure.
only her, the individual that was removed from my case, and my own family were aware of the situation and content, and told me that if I had resigned before the board meeting on Monday, October 31st, the school would not publicize what was going on. On November 2nd, my husband was put on paid administrative leave because faculty reported pictures of myself that were being spread amongst other teachers.
Oh, so her
The
husband
following
was a
Friday,
teacher?
November 4th, my
Yeah,
husband
they
was
both were.
terminated from the elementary school because he is classified as a long-term sub and he has an at-will contract. The superintendent stated he can be let go for no reason.
That's how at-will employment works, Chloe.
So, Chloe, your get rich quick scheme, I'm not even gonna put on the guy. I'm gonna just shoot it straight. The fact that you thought doing this was smart and you have a career that could possibly be a lucrative one for you and you were willing to risk it all to make a few extra dollars, that sounds like a personal problem to me.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you should just take ownership. You filmed porn out of school and now you're in trouble for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
She's weird, dude. She looked weird. Like, she looked dirty.
Isn't that annoying though when people are like, I was desperate and I just, there's nothing I could do. So I had to film porn.
Right. There's so many other things. Like, have a garage sale, Like, start small, Chloe. Start.
Uber, Lyft, all the stuff that you do. Why can't one of
Yeah.
y'all go do that after school?
And you couldn't just start with maybe selling your feet, right? Like, you had to put your face and your husband's face. You know what I mean? Like, there's things on OnlyFans that you can sell that are like not your face and your booty and your puss and your tits. Although, judging by the looks of Chloe's face, I bet you those feet don't look good.
She probably didn't sell much.
Yeah.
I mean, desperate for attention. That's just a weird way to generate money. And you're a teacher at that. And
Right.
there's a possibility. Like nothing is foolproof. Like that's her opening with, "Well, we blocked everyone in the state of Arizona." No, you didn't.
I don't
No,
understand how you
you
can do that.
didn't.
I would have
I'm
been
gonna
much
follow
more
the story. Do you think we
Yeah.
could interview her? Do you think
Oh,
we
she
could
for
interview
sure.
her?
She for sure is a fame whore. Nikki, if you're still on, see if you can get her on an interview. Reach out, Nikki.
I would have to be completely quiet until you got a good portion of the interview out of the way, and then I just come in at the end and be like, "Hey, I was marking these things down, and I got questions." I
You
think
come in
that
with
would be it.
use a hoe.
That's facts.
All right, Nikki's on it.
She will try. Well, guys, thanks for hanging out with us on this Friday night. We hope you had fun.
Yeah.
Cult45, please do your research because one of your buddies, his name is Don Q. All right. Don Q has been running from me for about 5 months now. And I just want to extend the olive branch to Don Q and tell him it's okay to be wrong, my guy. You listen, we will still welcome you with open arms and to the fold because you love Trump. So come on, put your Make America Great hat on and put the tinfoil on and get on here and repent for embarrassing us on this side with this Q bullshit.
Right.
Sorry, Jesus. I said the S word.
But you said repent, so I held up the cross.
Repent. This what you're doing is a sin. It's called bearing. It's called, what is it? Bearing false witness. You're sharing falsehoods.
Mm-hmm. It's a sin. Hit it.
Nigga.
Well. Hey, before you guys go, I want to share a feel-good story with you real quick. So, and this is a lesson. And I'm going to tell this story in honor of Connie tonight. Connie, if you're still listening, this story's for you. Okay. So I was at the grocery store doing some grocery shopping and I had a full cart of stuff. And there was this old guy that came to the line at the same time that I came to the line. And he was like holding everything in his hand. So I said, we were in the self-checkout line and he looked at me and I said, "Hey, sir, go ahead in front of me because you're carrying all your stuff. I don't want you to like have to carry that and wait longer." So he went and he, brought his groceries and then I got into my little station and started checking out and he came over to me, y'all, and placed $200 on the scanner of the register. And he said to me, "This is because you were so nice. People like you don't exist anymore." So I will say this, be nice to people. You never know how God will bless you. Right, Connie? Even the cute people. But it turns out this guy was filthy rich because the cashier said, "Girl, he's rich. Okay, that $200 ain't nothing. It's like $20 to him." And I'm like, okay. I was like, "Give me his shop schedule, girl, because I need to be here every time he shops." Cut me up. Yeah, I was
your
thinking,
groceries. I'll put your groceries in your car.
Right?
I think we should close the show out with the special clip that we'll be discussing next Friday because we didn't even get to this.
Okay, let's do it.
And I want to know what Mo thinks. So this will be a cliffhanger for you guys. I want to know if people think anything will come from this so-called investigation that House Republicans are starting to start up against Biden and his crime family. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's been fun.
Releasing a report today that details what we have uncovered. We are also sending letters to the Biden administration officials and Biden family associates renewing our request for voluntary production of documents relevant to this investigation. This is an investigation of Joe Biden, the President of the United States, and why he lied to the American people about his knowledge and participation in his family's international business schemes. National security interests require the committee conduct investigation, and we will pursue all avenues that have long been ignored. Committee Republicans have uncovered evidence of federal crimes committed by and to the benefit of members of the president's family. These include conspiracy or defrauding the United States, wire fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, violation of the Foreign Agents Registration Act, violations of the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, violations of the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, tax evasion, money laundering, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. The Biden family's business dealings implicate a wide range of criminality, from human trafficking to potential violations of the Constitution. In the 118th Congress, this committee will evaluate the status of Joe Biden's relationship with his family's foreign partners and whether he is a president who is compromised or swayed by foreign dollars and influence. I want to be clear. This is an investigation of Joe Biden, and that's where the committee will focus in this next Congress.